Support for Central Florida Public Media comes from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University's worldwide campus, where students can launch or accelerate careers in aerospace, business, engineering, or applied science. More at erau.edu/ww.
I'm Sharon Stone. This is Engage.
Central Florida students will be met by a new set of regulations concerning the usage of AI as they return to the classroom next week. The Orange County School District is implementing guidelines for how students can use artificial intelligence in their schoolwork. Central Florida Public Media's education reporter Kayla Kissel has been covering these changes, and she joins us now. Kayla, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So describe these new rules that the Orange County School District will be implementing.
So right now, these haven't quite been fully implemented, but they have approved a bunch of different policies throughout all the different counties. So under these new rules, students can use AI for things like background research before an assignment or paper, but of course they can't use it to produce the work that they submit for a grade unless they have written permission from their instructor. And what it looks like is for all of these counties, a lot of the teachers are going to be expected to give students written guidelines on how AI can be used effectively in their classrooms. But, other districts are offering AI courses where they could learn more about like data analysis and how it impacts society. And other counties are saying that students can use it for background research and to give feedback on papers.
So what brought the need for these regulations to the attention of administrators?
AI is making its way into schools, regardless of whether teachers like it or not. But I know specifically for Orange County School Board, they did a survey of teachers and parents, and they got about 20,000 responses in return talking about AI and what they like, what they don't like. So they kind of used that input and went ahead and put that work into their policy.
And you found in addition to Orange County, there are other counties in Central Florida that are adopting policies?
Yeah, there are a lot of counties in Central Florida that either already have policies or are going ahead and updating them or creating new ones. Like we have Brevard that kind of added that students can research and use AI for that research as well as student feedback. But of course, it all comes back to you can't really submit that for a grade. You need to still have written permission from teachers, which is kind of the general gist of all of them.
And there was some pushback to some of the policies in Brevard County.
Yeah, we had a couple school board members when I was listening in on their meetings say that it's something they're not quite familiar with, and there's a lot of confusion for them in this policy too. They have everything laid out, but the problem is that they're still confused on some of the wording and how they're actually going to be able to restrict what students can and can't use, because they can only control so much on their networks. But then when the students go home, that's where things get a little bit different.
Has the district developed any methods for detecting AI usage by students? Is there a software or app that the school districts are using?
Right now, it looks like each county and school district kind of has their own AI software that can catch student AI-generated work. Each one uses a different platform for that.
You also spoke with somebody who indicated that using AI for schoolwork actually has a negative impact on education and adolescent brain development.
I did. I spoke with Jennifer Kassenstein, and she's the co-director of the Center for Behavioral Health at Johns Hopkins and All Children's Hospital in St. Pete, Florida. She studies how children's brains affect their thinking and behavior and how that shapes their life at home. And she said that a child's frontal lobe is still developing well into their 20s, and it needs certain exercises to be able to actually build skills like problem solving and emotional control. And with AI, she says that that opportunity is missed.
We also don't have the opportunity to really sit, problem solve, gather information, weigh different outcomes, weigh the evidence, and really develop that overall critical thinking and understanding.
Even if it's just for feedback, they're just feeding their questions into a generator and not exactly sitting with that problem and thinking through it, which then she went into the idea of like cognitive offloading and all of that.
Governor DeSantis presented an AI Bill of Rights to the legislature during this 2026 session. They did not pass it. What steps are Florida taking now to address this statewide?
Well, the Florida Department of Education is currently working on its own set and guidelines for schools. And right now, they will have the opportunity to update their internet and safety policies to specifically address AI. But the main thing is, while they can't necessarily push this statewide, they can offer it to districts to be able to have parents be able to opt out or opt in their student for AI use.
And at this point, there's not much feedback from the students or parents until this is actually implemented.
Yeah, right now teachers are not back in session, so it has not been fully implemented yet, but I'm sure just within the first couple of weeks there will be some feedback on that, especially as the syllabus comes out for students and the student code of conduct gets updated.
We'll be sure to check in with you later in the school year. Central Florida Public Media education reporter Kayla Kissel, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Engage is a production of Central Florida Public Media. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss an episode. Richard Copeland is our senior producer. I'm Sharon Stone. You can reach us anytime with questions, comments, or story ideas. Send an email to engage@cfpublic.org. Thanks for listening.